I'm working on the full footage, censoring it in a way so I didn't get in legal trouble. And I'm going to put it out on here. And then later, when I can actually release the whole thing, I'm going to put it on X uncensored when I'm allowed to. But in a few more days, you guys are going to have the censored version, but I'm talking just blurred. I'm not making a picture book version of it. All right. So you guys can't complain.
What happened to the sound at 1943?
Say that you've got
audio disappeared.
The raw footage. I mean, that's what I'm looking for.
Let's see.
Asked if he wanted to press charges. The victim stated yes. And he was jumped by multiple people and was not just a 1 versus 1 battle.
Okay, so this is exactly what I mean. I am brand new to making YouTube videos. I've never done this before. I don't know what happened here. Everything was going good with the video, and then the audio just cuts out. I don't think it comes back. Maybe it does. Let's see.
Oh, he's pressing charges on Wes Watson.
It comes back, but it's completely off.
You guys want to stay around and let me read this?
Yeah, it is what it is. So let's take it back to 1943. Yeah, that's where the sound cuts out.
And read you one part that I'm going to go back to.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a part 2. We're just going to reshoot the second half of it, and we're going to go on from there. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm brand new at this. Never done this before. So we're just going to roll with it. All right, here we go. Wes Watson going back to prison, part 2.
Okay. When the victim was asked if he wanted to press charges, the victim stated yes. And he was jumped by multiple people and was not just a 1 versus 1 battle. Okay? So he's pressing charges on Wes Watson. So if you guys want to stay around and let me read this to you, you can. If not, you got your information. I was dispatched to the incident location in non-emergency mode reference to a violent fight. And by the way, they have shitty grammar, so if I'm saying shit, don't use it against me either. On scene, units spoke to the suspect who stated he is a member of the gym and was working out. The suspect stated the victim walked up to him stating he wanted to fight. The suspect stated they began to fight verbally and then escalated to physical. The victim stated he doesn't know who the victim is and he never seen him before. When asked if he wanted to press charges, he said no. This is Wes Watson. They asked him if he wants to press charges. Wes Watson says no, and he never seen him before. Units then spoke to the victim, the 7-foot monster, who stated he was told by the suspect to come fight him via Instagram. We know how Wes challenges all of us on Instagram. He did it to me, the piece of shit, but I knew not to go in because his goons, security, and his bullshit weapons pulling out the shit out of the purse. When units looked at the victim,
it's almost become a rite of passage now to have Wes Watson call you out to a fist fight.
Victim's phone, it shows the victim messaging the
That's how I'll know that I've made it, is he'll call me out to a fist fight.
Suspect to fight him. The victim,
and I won't go.
Victim then stated he went to the gym to confront the suspect. So now we have the motive. So he wanted to go to the gym and fight Wes because Wes has been challenging all of us to come there, so he went to fight him. But I don't.
Everyone, literally everyone on the internet. He has challenged everyone on the internet to a fight. The entire internet.
I don't think he knew it wasn't a one-on-one battle with Mr. Pegged Watson. It was his 4 buddies ganging up, because we know they gang bang, right? 4 buddies and weapons being used. He didn't know that, all right? So now we know why he went there. He went to fight him one-on-one. He's challenging everybody. Many people wanted to go. The victim then stated he went to the gym to confront the suspect, Wes Watson. The victim stated they got in a verbal fight, which escalated to physical. The victim was stating that he was hit by a belt and then jumped by multiple people and hit by weights. When asked if he wanted to press charges, the victim stated yes. He was jumped by multiple people and it wasn't versus 1. After reviewing CCTV footage,
and they used weapons. Like if they used that dumbbell as a weapon, that is assault with a deadly weapon. If a car can be a deadly weapon, a dumbbell can certainly be a deadly weapon.
Of the incident, so the cops watched the CCTV footage, okay? They didn't have this footage, though, the one that I have. They didn't have it. And now we know why he even recorded, because he was going there to challenge Wes. Maybe he doesn't like bullies. Maybe he wanted to teach him a lesson, but obviously he couldn't with all that bullshit they were doing. It shows the victim in the gym walk towards the subject who was sitting. The victim places his phone down next to a weight machine as if he was attempting to record the encounter. The victim then walked towards the...
So it was his phone that got set next to the weight machine. So this is his footage. The footage is from the victim, from what I can tell.
Suspect and group near him. The victim then slightly pushed the suspect and bystander. The victim stands up and they appear to be in a verbal argument. The suspect, with a belt in his hand, makes a gesture.
What a coward. What an absolute coward. He's standing there with 3 people behind him and he's still going to use the weight belt as a weapon. What an absolute coward.
As if he was going to hit the victim with the belt. The victim backed up slightly and continues to argue. The suspect then swings the belt towards the victim's head, appearing to hit him.
The victim was backing up. If he's backing up and you're advancing towards him and you have an object that you are intending to use as a weapon, you cannot claim self-defense for anything. No way.
The suspect and victim continue to argue verbal. The suspect then turns around and starts to walk away from the victim with his back towards the victim. The victim...
And again, too, he's reading off of the police report. So the police report is reporting what he saw when he watched the CCTV footage. It's not reporting what was on the victim's phone. And again, like he said, they use shorthand. It's abbreviated, so he's probably leaving out a lot of the details. Jon Bravos goes in to explain how he recorded, how he watched the recording, and he was able to count the number of strikes at like 54 strikes, including some that may have happened off camera. Yeah, this is not a self-defense claim at all. This is a absolutely brutal beatdown.
Then rushes towards the suspect and attempts to strike the suspect in the head with his fist, but appears to miss. All right, so that portion of the footage I'm going to show you guys. So after Wes hit him with that belt 2 times, right? That asshole with the dumbbell, his butt buddy, was behind him. And I can't tell if he hit him.
I mean, I can't tell if he hit him either because it's blurred. But if it wasn't blurred, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to tell.
With it or not, but
that looked like he hit him in the head. That looked like he hit him in the head and then he fell forward, not that he lunged forward.
It lunged him forward and then he went back to get Wes, but he didn't even make it like a foot or two and Wes took him down.
He was falling towards Wes. He wasn't even going after him. He was falling in his general direction.
The suspect instantly reacts and gets the victim on the ground and begins to strike the victim in the head and face numerous times with his hands. Yeah, I counted 45 fucking times. After the victim being hit numerous times, all you can see is the victim on his knees, protecting his face and not fighting back. His eyes were being gouged, his ponytails were being pulled. Dirty shit. He's being held down by his butt buddies. They're all taking a little lick in, a kick here, a kick there. The suspect then stopped hitting the victim, and the victim stopped protecting his face. That's that part with the kick, and attempted to stand up. The suspect then walked over and...
You cannot claim self-defense if you soccer kick someone in the head who is down on their hands and knees, not even defending themselves. There is no people die from getting kicked in the head like this.
And kicked the victim in the face with force. That's that soccer kick. But prior to that soccer kick, there was 4 soccer kicks. 3 or 4 hard ones to his face while he was already done. And then...
If this guy on the ground at this point had pulled out a gun and shot all 4 of them, he could claim self-defense at this point.
Say it in here. I'm going to show it to you guys in the footage. The victim stated at the hospital that he wants to press charges. The victim stated he did not lose consciousness and was awake the entire time. The victim stated he was in fear during the incident when he was first put on the ground and stated he was telling the suspect to stop. Victim had...
Yeah, if you're down on the ground being beaten by 4 men, there is a great chance of great bodily injury and possibly death. So you could claim self-defense at any, he could claim self-defense at any point. Wes Watson has no claim of self-defense here.
The left side of his face very swollen lips, and was bleeding from the nose and mouth. The victim was then transported to Jackson Memorial Rescue.
Again, this is what was on the police report, so I do not understand why Wes Watson walked out of that gym not in handcuffs.
Assaults was notified, case number.
And his buddies, for that matter. They were all participants. Some of them may have even used weapons, but they were all actively engaging in this activity.
Was issued. So from that, I think you people can see that this is very real. Charges are being pressed. The case is open. I have the body cam footage coming. I have the full.
I'm actually really excited to see the body cam footage for this, and I do believe Jon Bravo is bringing us the truth on this situation. I had my doubts at first because the first person that I heard anything about this from was from Wes Watson's Instagram, so of course I didn't want to believe it. I don't want to believe anything he has to say, but now having seen this, I definitely believe that it's real. There's a police report. Charges are probably going to be coming down, hopefully for all of them, because they were all willing participants in this, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to see that footage
coming. And it's an open case, but like I said in the beginning, you guys got to understand that I have to do things also and not get in trouble, not with just YouTube, but the legal system. But I'm doing my best to give you guys the most information that I can. So please be patient with me, because I believe the public has a right to deserve to know what happens in every situation, who's right, who's wrong. And you guys can, argue in the comments and tell me what you think. Guys.
Okay, and I want to thank everybody too for bearing with me. I'm brand new at this. I am not a journalist. I am not a professional YouTube guy like Jon Bravo here. I'm just curating and bringing you guys the videos that I like to watch, adding a little bit of commentary into it so that we can start a dialogue. So I really appreciate you guys watching, bearing with me. I appreciate the comments and all the help, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.